1998 American League Championship Series. Tonight, it's Game 4. The New York Yankees versus the Cleveland Indians.
Well, Dwight Goodwin has really come full circle, Bob. When he first came up, he was an overpowering fastball pitcher.
After a bit of hesitation, Knobloch stepped up, admitted his mistake, took responsibility for it, and had a good game last night. He swings on the first one and skies it to right. It's carrying well. Ramirez to the track for the catch. From the looks of that ball, just in his early 20s at that point, seemed like the Hall of Fame was a lock. It didn't turn out that way. Vizquel glides to his left, making it look easy. 2 down.
Well, that's the pitch that Goodwin needs to have.
And was twice beaten by the Red Sox in the '86 World Series. The 3-1 pitch is hit high in the air to right. Ramirez to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. Paul O'Neill doesn't need much hitting advice, but maybe he was listening to you. He went deep in the count, just as you said on the pregame show. Got into a hitter's count at 3-1 and rode it out of here into the jet stream in right field.
Well, this is when the Yankees are at their best. They're a group of veteran hitters who are not afraid normally to hit with 2 strikes or to hit behind in the count. But Paul O'Neill is just a good hitter. We said this the entire series. And as you mentioned, the wind is blowing to right field. He didn't need a lot of help, but he had a little bit.
Bernie Williams bounces it to Vizquel. Omar's second assist of the inning closes it out in the Yankee first. But the solo from O'Neill gives them a 1-0 lead. Against El Duque, Orlando Hernandez.
Well, he has a lot of pitches.
El Duque's brother, Levon Hernandez, beat the Indians twice in the World Series. A pop-up wide of third. Let's see if it stays in. Brocious back, takes it.
Pretty well so far, but his sidearm curveball is out-pitch against right-handed hitters.
A little pop into shallow left, sprinting back as Jeter can't get there. A hit for Vizquel, wide turn at first, but Curtis gets it back in. One-two pitch. Struck him out.
Beautiful pitch there by Hernandez. Took a lot off of that pitch. Change up, moving down and away from Justice. Justice trying to pull it, trying to hit the hole on the right side.
There goes Vizquel. Pitch is high. The throw is not in time.
A smart play there by Vizquel. He waited until Justice no longer could use the hole over there on the right side.
Ramirez walks. Here it comes. And a long drive to right. O'Neill back to the wall with just enough room. By a whisker, it's still 1-0 New York. A chopper toward Vizquel. Fields and throws and gets Davis.
Working deep into the count. He wasn't sitting on pitches. I mean, I think if I'm Joe Torre, I'll let him hit 3-0 here.
Well, he walks him on 4 pitches. Started to tell you about Hernandez. He goes again, swing and a miss. Here's the throw from Alomar, way offline. Into the outfield it goes. Martinez pops back up and makes it to third. Strikeout, stolen base, and an error. Terrific curveball, and he didn't need much more than that, at least for a while. He strikes Curtis out. Martinez is left at third. It's still 1-0 New York.
The more compact, and pitching coaches like that better.
Right center field. O'Neill is on the move. And Paul gets there. Folks, the Sporting News has joined the team NBC Sports has formed. In center field, Bernie Williams. 2 flyouts in the Cleveland second. Let's go back to Cardinal and Stottlemyre and listen once again.
You get a runner at first, we have to hold him a little closer.
Down goes Alomar, and Hernandez settles in with a 1-2-3 second. Still 1-0 Yanks.
When you need a leader, when things are going great, you can just go along smoothly.
The 2-2 to Brochus. Fryman will have a long throw, and he gets it to Tomey in time. Well, on your Cincinnati Red Club that won the back-to-back World Series in 75 and 76, you had a few to choose from.
Not one guy who leads them. And in most great teams, you always have an MVP from that team.
Knobloch strikes out swinging after a long at-bat. Goodwin has now fanned 3 of the last 4 hitters he's faced. They come to their feet at the Jake. Punch toward first. Tomey shovels to Goodwin. Down go the Yankees in order in the 3rd. The people stirring now. We'll keep an eye on it, see if anybody gets up and throws in the Cleveland pen. A line drive that is snared by Martinez. And Wilson is out to start the Cleveland 3rd.
Well, he gets jammed a little bit. That's why Tino is able to run this ball down. Breaking balls, he throws that overhand curve to the left-handers, drops down and throws the sidearm breaking ball to the right-handers.
Lofton hits it fair inside the line. Extra bases for him. Chased down in right field by O'Neill. And a 1-out double for Kenny. The drum guy goes back to work. And so does Hernandez. A liner that Jeter grabs. And Lofton is back. Three-one pitch, bounce back to the mound. El Duque has it, runs it halfway to the bag before flipping to Martinez, and they're out of the 3rd. Still 1-0 on the O'Neill home run.
For his career.
Here's the 3-2, and he draws a leadoff walk.
Well, after throwing 49 pitches at the beginning of the inning, he threw a lot of extra pitches here.
Yankees, now Indians. Goodwin looking for his first postseason victory. There goes the runner. The throw from Alomar is not in time. O'Neill is a very sneaky base stealer. He swiped 15 in 16 attempts this year.
Well, they're getting a good jump on Dwight Goodwin.
Ball 4. Folks, premiering next Saturday night. Second, Williams at first, and Goodwin works to Davis. A liner to left, down the line. Giles on the run. It lands fair and bounces up into the seats. O'Neill will score. Williams is racing behind and doesn't realize that he's going to be sent back to 3rd base on a ground rule double by Chili Davis, who goes the opposite way.
Because he is really struggling with his control.
2-1 pitch is hit in the air to shallow right center field. Ramirez and Lofton. Lofton with the catch. Then he drops the ball. Williams heading home. And the ruling is safe. The ruling is that he did not have it long enough for a catch to be ruled. He's arguing that he dropped it as he tried to remove it from his glove and throw. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Lofton with another chance in center field. Backpedaling a bit. Davis tags at second. Kenny with the catch. Davis to 3rd. Martinez holds first. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Infield looks for the double play. And they may get it. Vizquel to Wilson for one. Guns it across, and Thome scoops it out, and they're out of the inning, minimizing the damage. But they still trail 3-0. He's from the Washington Heights area of New York. Lots of friends come to see him play. He goes down swinging.
He has been more effective with the fastball against Ramirez than he has the breaking ball.
For 2 years, they suspected he would defect, especially after his brother Levon did. And down goes Thome, 2 straight strikeouts to start the 4th, and 4 in the game for El Duque.
Well, his fastball is doing the damage in this inning here.
As your Game 7 starter, if it goes that far.
Well, I mean, that's a possibility, but Joe Torre says he's going to stick with Andy Pettit.
A mile-high pop back of the plate. Posada has it. Yeah, he says he'll stick with Pettit. He also told Jim Gray everything is subject to change. No change in the score.
More conventional stance there.
A breaking ball hit into left field for a leadoff hit. Brocious is 1 for 2.
You're right. I think he has the edge if he wants to send Brocious.
He goes, and Knobloch is jammed and pops it up. Brocious comes back, and Thome makes the catch. Tomorrow at 2 Eastern Time, the battle continues. And the 2-2 pitch is bounced to short. Vizquel to Wilson for 1. On the first, safe.
Good hustle by Jeter. He got out of the box. He was tied up because the ball was inside, and he couldn't get out of the box very quickly, but he really hustled down the line to keep this from being a double play.
Trailing 3-0, so his postseason record could fall to 0-4 unless the Indians rally. Jim Poole comes in. Another 2-2 pitch. Jeter runs this time. Here's the throw for Alomar. It bounces away, and Jeter pops up. It hit the umpire, I believe. He had the base stolen. I think it hit Jim McKean, the umpire, and kicked away.
Not a good throw from Alomar Jr.
But O'Neill strikes out on the 3-2 pitch. The error and stolen base don't hurt the Indians. Still 3-0 New York.
Pick up the ball after you release it. They can wait a little longer.
A little pop into shallow right. O'Neill comes racing in. Back goes Knobloch from second and ranging way out there. It's Chuck who makes the catch. And pitched 5 1/3 strong innings of relief in Game 1 of this series after Wright was knocked out in the first at Yankee Stadium. Sandy Alomar swings on the first pitch, and Jeter will handle it. So Sandy's had a tough night. Strike out, pop out. So they have him at second base for the time being. They're going to pursue a good hitting second baseman, someone with some pop in the offseason. Brocious with a nice play. And he throws him out. In fact, Roberto Alomar's name is frequently mentioned. But if they don't land the guy they want, Enrique Wilson could be the starting second baseman next year. Burba comes in. As expected, Jim Poole faced just one batter. It was Paul O'Neill. Leadoff walk. And next Saturday night,
going into the latter stages of the series.
Struck him out, runner going, and Williams is safe. Not a bad throw from Diaz just into the game.
Well, it was a very difficult pitch to throw, and it looked like a changeup down. He came up and he fired to second base, but
and he pops it up. Thome into foul ground. Martinez still struggles.
well, if you're late on the fastball and early on the curve, that's where your problems are. I mean,
Posada fans, the ball rolls away. Diaz throws to first to retire it. To the bottom of the 6th, 3-0 New York. if it was going to bother him, would probably be in the early innings. He thought if he could settle in early, then he'd find his groove. That may have happened. This ball is popped up. Knobloch has it for the first out in the sixth. Perhaps the most important pitch thrown in this game by El Duque was the one that Jim Thome didn't quite get all of. And this is a base hit. Just the third for Cleveland.
Well, he knows he got the pitch, but if you make one mistake, Justice can make him pay for it.
Oh, he hit him. Unintentional, obviously. Justice trying to shake it off as he heads toward first. Struck him out. Huge strikeout for El Duque.
Well, his fastball has been very effective against Ramirez. Each time he struck him out, it's been with a fastball. This is not inside, but it's just a good fastball. If he does get out in front of it, he's going to pull it foul.
They fell asleep, and Vizquel takes third.
Well, we saw this earlier that Brocious was playing back so far that there's no way that he could get the...
Struck him out. Well, how does he react in a jam? He strikes out Ramirez and Thome to preserve the 3-0 lead.
Right there, Chad Curtis had a 3-1 fastball, and he's late on it.
Vizquel naturally throws him out. Let's go back to the conclusion of the Indians' sixth. First, Hernandez struck out Ramirez. He was the ace of the Cuban national team. Brocious is a strikeout victim. With the Yankees down 2-1. There he is with Andy Pettitte, last night's loser. And at least at the moment, the 7th game starter if it goes that far. Charging is Wilson. And he throws Knobloch out. Torrey told Wells, no. You're scheduled to pitch the 5th game. Just sit tight until then. Yanks lead it 3-0. Here's his 1-1 to Travis Fryman. Sidearm lined, a one-hopper taken by Jeter, who throws him out. Let's go back to the conclusion of the Yankees' 7th. Here's the pitch from Burke. Was able to get parts of it during Hernandez's starts. Diaz waited on that one and lined it to left, but Curtis is right there. So Orlando Hernandez works a perfect 7th. He has the drive shut out to this point. And Burba makes quick work of him. Derek's now 0 for 4 tonight and under 200 in the series.
Well, first pitch fastball right on the outside.
Roll to Enrique Wilson. He throws O'Neill out. 2 down in the Yankee 8th, and a reminder that tomorrow at 2 Eastern. For the 3rd straight time, Bernie Williams strolls to first on a walk. Considering the way the Yankees have played it tonight,
Calling some pitches for Diaz instead of letting Sandy Alomar Jr. calls his own pitches.
Davis wraps it to second, and Wilson tosses him out. So Burba and the Indians are out of the 8th, and it remains a 3-0 game. Wilson is a switch hitter who hit .256 lefty. He draws a 4-pitch walk. He was a .373 hitter right-handed in limited duty, admittedly, at the major league level this year. Rivera and Stanton getting ready. and gave the Indians just 3 hits in 7+ innings. The walk to Wilson to start the 8th finished him.
I'm sure that's what he's thinking right now. If he can win this ball game today, it may not go 7.
Called strike 3.
And Justice has gone back to that elbow pad that a lot of the hitters wear on their front arm.
Ripped to left. A base hit that brings the tying run to the plate. The 3rd hit of the night for Omar Vizquel. And it raises the possibility that we'll see Rivera before the 9th. The lefty Stanton will work to Justice. The right-handed hitting Ramirez is on deck. Possible double play. Knobloch to Jeter for 1. On to first, and they turn it. The Yankees 3 outs away from evening the series. Dropping his fly ball to center field. Bernie Williams was tagging. They assumed he would have scored from 3rd, so it's ruled a sacrifice fly. He takes this one down the left field line. In there for what he hopes is a slump-breaking base hit. On his way to second, leadoff double.
That's an important run out there for the New York Yankees.
Lines it to right, and it's taken by Ramirez. That ball was stung, but right at Manny. The ball gets away from Diaz, goes all the way back to the screen, and Bush takes 3rd.
Most other times you have to have the suicide squeeze because you have to put the runner in motion.
Shuey comes in. Brocious swings on the first pitch. Skies one to left field. Giles right on the line to make the catch. Bush tags, comes speeding home. Throw to second. Safe there. If they had gotten him at second, Bush had crossed home plate before the tag, and the run would have counted anyway.
And that's the speed of Bush right there.
Steals, hit and runs, had the safety squeeze on.
Well, as I said earlier, that's what a manager's job is. When he finds out that he thinks his team is stale, you try to give him some help.
Vizquel takes it on the move and throws Knobloch out. Chuck goes 0 for 5, but the Yankees may be headed for Game 5 even in the series. Because the Yankees scored a run in the top of the 9th to make it 4-0, this is not a save situation for Mariano Rivera.
Even though he's 0 for 8 against Rivera, I can tell you he's glad to see him because El Duque had him thoroughly confused.
Well, that doesn't help, at least from Ramirez's perspective.
No.
His 3rd strikeout of the night.
Well, if you're Ramirez, you're looking for something hard
to ground into a double play to end the 8th. That might have been Cleveland's last best chance. Bounce towards Soho. He gets a chance. Handles it flawlessly with Rivera covering.
This may be the best that I've seen Rivera throw, though, Bob, in a while. This doesn't bode well for Cleveland either. And he's throwing the ball really well tonight.
Brocious short hops it. Throws to Soho. Rivera works a quick and perfect night. And the Yankees draw even in the series. The Chevrolet player of the game is Orlando Hernandez. The winning pitcher in his first postseason start in the major leagues.